Welcome back. The social movements of the Bolivarian Alliance for the Peoples of our Americas met in Caracas on the occasion of the 20th anniversary of the Regional Alliance. During the meeting, ALBA TCP Secretary General Jorge Arriaza reaffirmed the values of the governments that make up the Alliance. Arriaza also points out the objectives of ALBA addressing social, economic, and health sectors, among others. In turn, he assured that the freedom of the people of the Americas will be achieved through the creation of a great confederation of countries.
Eso fue ya el comienzo de una disputa histórica que seguimos nosotros.
That was already the beginning of a historical dispute that we continue to live, our peoples, their right to be free, but not only to be free, but to unite, because the true independence of Venezuela, of Argentina, of Mexico, of Bolivia, of Cuba, of whoever, will come the day we constitute that great confederation of countries, and that those of the North have to practically beg us for natural resources, or for trade, or for talent, or for science. I am sure that they have kept us fractured and divided to prevent the birth of that great nation.
Arriaza urged members of the Bolivarian Alliance to generate a profound cooperation between governments.
Dear comrades, we have to define what they are, you know them very well, but in order to raise them to our governments, because the idea is that we can generate a deep connection between the governments of ALBA TCP, that we can take a battle that you propose to the COP and environment summits, that we can take your proposal to the United Nations, that we can take some proposals from the Council of Social Movements to CELAC. That we can formally raise our voice in the diplomacy between states based on what you suggest, create and deliver in this Council of Social Movements.
And in this context, our correspondent in Venezuela, Belen de los Santos, who was at the house of the ALBA to bring us the highlights of these dates in which the Social Movements Council was relaunched. Let's listen.
Hello, studios. We continue here in Caracas, and right beside me is underway the Social Movement Council of ALBA. We are at the House of ALBA in Caracas, and this council is underway, gathering leaders and representatives from different social organizations, from ALBA countries, from other countries, from the regions, from other countries of the world. And this is the relaunching of this council, Social Movement Council, that intends to put a really special place for social movements to gather together and have their own read on the current situation of the world, and have their own proposals for concrete actions that they can then bring also in dialogue with the Presidential Council of ALBA, and then exchange what are the people's needs, what are the people's demands in every territory to really foster the social change that the ALBA mechanism seeks from its creation 20 years ago. So this is a very significant step, and let's recall that this is part of the activities that are underway just before the 24th ALBA Summit that is supposed to take place tomorrow, Saturday, December 14th, on its 20th anniversary. So just one of the main ideas that are just being taught here in this council is the idea that this is just a gathering to think about concrete action. This is not just the leaders coming together to discuss proposals, but just thinking about an integrated mechanism of cooperation that is thought out for concrete actions. That is what some of the representatives here, of course, Secretary General Jorge Arriaza, and also Foreign Vice Minister Carlos Ron, he's the Vice Minister for the North America, he was highlighting the importance of thinking about concrete action, and just for this council not to be about talking. And what are those concrete actions? Well, those are being discussed right beside me, but one of the proposals has to do with the brigade mechanism. So the brigades are meant to foster the sense of internationality, of solidarity, but also open a way for specific works in the different territories to be carried out by the cooperation among social movements. So the idea, another of the ideas present here, was not to build anything from scratch, but to really understand understand what are the social movements coming here from Latin America, for example, what experiences and territories are they carrying out in their countries, and what can be made advantage of so that the internationality can work along those lines. So they're talking about brigades of cooperation, brigades of exchange and of education. And this means, for example, exchanging experiences related to literacy, exchanging experiences related to a feminist, popular feminism as well. So taking all of these experiences together just to build on concrete work efforts that can really foster the social change that ALBA countries are leading. This will all culminate tomorrow in the 24th ALBA Summit, and the social movements gathered here are going to bring these proposals to the Presidential Council, and that is what marks and what sets ALBA apart as a mechanism. They were just saying ALBA is a mechanism like none other, and one of the things that set it apart is this presence of social movements with their proposals, with their vision. It is a mechanism envisioned for and from the territories, and that is happening right now, and it is happening here in Caracas. So that is one of the activities today. Let's recall that also the foreign ministers from the ALBA countries are also meeting in Caracas, and this is all in preparation for the 20th anniversary of the mechanism founded by Fidel Castro and Hugo Chavez Frias. We will continue to cover this very significant week from Venezuela. We go back to you now.